Don't forget to click that subscribe and bell icon to receive a notification each time I upload a new video. Hi everyone, it's Mike here.
And Ian here.
And Ian here for a change.
Yes. They've let me out them in the daylight.
Both wearing white t-shirts today.
I've got my Verne Industries one on.
And I have two, look.
Get out of the way, mine's better than yours. And anyway.
Yes, anyway. Right, the reason I've got him in, because he's going to give me a hand in a second, but regarding the little mini Christmas card kits.
Likey those.
Yes. So I launched the Digi kit for these three vintage Christmas card kits, and they went very well. You seemed to love them.
Not surprised.
Well, they are cute. They're easy to do. They're cute, but they've still got that kind of vintage vibe to them.
Oh yeah.
But they were launched last week. Over the last few days, I've been going through emails and comments and that kind of stuff and feedback from.
Bags under my eyes.
That's because you're tired, probably.
Okay.
So website feedback and emails and comments and that kind of stuff. And I've had a few that have requested more. Do you want to read a couple of them out?
Yes, we've got Lynn B from the UK. Hi Lynn, how have you been in UK? 3 is not enough, please do more. Then we've also got Cheryl Groves from the US. Hi to everybody in the US. Love these little guys, would love another set to add to the collection. Well, can't say further than that.
Right, okay. That's normally, when I batch make cards, I normally make about 6.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was only 3 Digi kits.
Yeah, I haven't finished yet.
I know. Oh, okay.
Don't cut me off.
There's more.
I'm like a newsreader, anchorman here. Melody Lowstein from the US. Hi, Melody.
Is that Lowstein or Lowstein?
Steen, S-T-E-I-N.
So it'd be
Steen.
Yeah, because if it was Stein, isn't it? I-E.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway. Just adore this style of vintage cards, but need, in capitals, more designs, please.
Oh, it's a need.
It's a need.
So Melody needs more designs.
And then we've got Paulette Nash from Australia. Hi, Paulette. Hi, everybody down there. Super sweet, super easy, super affordable. It sounds like you, Mike. Please don't just stop at 3. Another set would be very useful.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so that's just a little selection of.
We have at least 4 happy customers.
Yeah, at least 4 happy customers. Yes, but obviously they're the ones that have actually commented.
Yes,
there are obviously customers out there.
Lots and lots of people who've bought them.
I'm sure more people would want more. So, guess what? Yes,
Christmas is coming.
I've done 3 more. So I've done set 2. So what I'll do is I'll turn over to my overhead camera, show you the new 3 kits, and then you can go about your business then.
Are they banished to under the stairs like Harry Potter?
Poor you.
Hard life.
Let's switch over and I'll show you what I've done. Get my priorities sorted out first of all. Oh, that's much better. Okay, so these were the 3 original kits. So those were the 2 that I did at A6 size, which was the European size, and that one was the one that I did A2, which is the United States size kind of version of those. So to do the similar sort of thing again, I thought what I would do is this time I would maybe do the blue version, or shall I do the Santa version in the smaller one? Let's do the Santa version in the smaller one, and then the other 2 in the A6, just so you can see that they can be done and cut down to size. So what I'll do, like I did before, because it's incredibly boring for you guys to sit and watch somebody cut out, is I'm going to cut all the bits and pieces out for all 3 of the sets, but I won't cut these down to the right sizes until I'm ready to actually put the card together. That way I can show you how easy it is just to adjust either the height or the width depending on where you are in the world. Okay, so I'll go away and cut all these out, and then once I've got all my bits and pieces, I've got my 3 little envelopes to keep all my bits in. I'll be right back when I've done that. All of my kits are now cut out, so we decided that we were going to make the Father Christmas one into an A2 size card. So that means I need to cut my base unit down just by a couple of millimeters Now I don't think I need to do it across the top because that should already be the 104. So it's the lengthwise. So it's this that I need to cut down to 136 to get it to fit on my A2 sized card. So that will now fit quite nicely on that side, I should say. And then the others, so that's the A2 one. Put that to one side. So on this one, we know that the height is right, but it's the width, so we have to do that at 101. So let's just turn it around that way, 101 millimeters. Yep, and then trim that down to size, and that should fit perfectly now just on the front of that A6. So that's how you can use the same one to get the same panel to get the same, or to do the two different sizes. There you go, that's what I was trying to say. Now, I did actually make some plain white card blanks for these this morning, but I can't remember what I've done with them. I've put them somewhere safe. There they are. Oh, there we go. So we should have two at A6 and one at A2. So you can see that one's just slightly wider but slightly smaller. So I've got my card blanks ready and raring to go. Okay, so now that we have trimmed our backing papers to the right size, then all we have to do now is to start preparing those and scruffing those up like we did before. So I'm going to scruff up, do this one first of all. So I'm going to scruff up the edges of the Christmas Carol paper, like so. Just do all four sides. Now you can use, if you haven't got one of these paper scruffers, you can use the blade of your scissors to do exactly the same thing. It's just using the paper scruffer is a lot less dangerous, because if you slip, you're liable to stab your fingers or your hand, or I do anyway, because born clumsy. If it can happen to me, it usually does. Now this morning, when we woke up and got out of bed, we were greeted to a very cold and very frosty morning. It's the first white or white-out morning that we've had in this house. So winter is definitely on its way. It hadn't been snowing, but everything was covered in a thin layer of frost this morning. So the cars, the grass, the roofs, it looked really pretty. So I don't feel quite as bad now doing Christmas cards. Okay, so we've scruffed up the edges of those. So what I need to do now is to get my vintage photo. Vintage photo, that's the wrong box. The other one, that's the one. Vintage photo. And my ink blending foam. And then we can start to add that nice kind of aged and distressed look to it. Especially now that I've created my own bits of snow down here, look. that. And then this one. Nice and distressed. Cool. So now I've done those two, I'm going to go away and do the other two kits exactly the same, and then when they're done I'll be back. Making more snow and more mess. All of my backing pieces are now, as you can see, scruffed up and distressed around the edges, so we've just dirtied those corners all the way around, and I've done the same thing on all three pieces, or all three sets if you like. So the only thing I need to do now is to go around and actually distress all the individual cutout bits, such as the angels and the girl and Father Christmas and that kind of thing. Again, need to do all that with distressing, but because you've seen that done 1,000,001 times before, I'm not going to make you sit through it again. So I will do that, and then I'll be right back when I'm ready to start constructing. Okay, all of my little pieces have all now been distressed and I'm ready to start constructing. Now I thought I would start off with the A2 version, so the small card first, so the Santa one. So I'll just move my little bits out of the way just before I get started. Now the small circles, excuse me, I'm a little bit hoarse. The small circle I've done just a little boy opening a present there. I've done at 1 inch, so you can just punch that out using a standard inch punch. The other sized circle that are on the kits is 1.5 inches, exactly 1.5 inches. So I've saved this one. As you can see, it fits exactly inside the 1.5 inch punch. Just position that all the way around. No need to try and fussy cut that at all. Now I've done that one specifically for when you finish the card, but I'll explain that in a second. Okay, so I've got some glue, hoping this is going to behave itself today. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on the back. I'm just allowing gravity to do its thing on this one. So it's going to give me a little bit of wiggle room. I didn't actually go down the edges with that one. There's my bone folder. There we go. Better. So this is the Collage paper one. That's going to give me a little bit of wiggle room just to position that right on the card. Give it a little push. That should now start to grab, and then we can get our deck the holes. And that can go in the middle. It doesn't really matter if you put this straight or whether you put it at a little bit of a jaunty angle. It don't really matter. So give that a little bit of a push. Once we're happy with that, We can add a little bit of glue onto the back of our Santa. And then I'm going to line that up just with the edge there. Okay, so there is a secondary bag of Santa's goodies that you could stick down and just overlap there if you want. In fact, let's do that. A little bit of glue. And then just add that just to the front, just to kind of fill it out a little bit. A little bit of glue's come out of the back there, that's okay, don't mind that. I'll just rub it off with my finger. Okay, and then we can start to add my sentiment. I'm going to put "'Tis the Season" right the way across. Just add that on there. Just a little bit of weight. And then just a little bead of glue. And that can go just across there. And then just to finish off, a couple of foam dots. Put one in the middle. I'll add that one just there. And then our little gift. And add that one just across the corner. And there's the next little A2 one. That little bit of glue that's come out there, I'll just wipe straight off and will dry without any problems. So that's that one. So I'll continue on with the next card now. Put that one to one side just to dry for a little bit. And then I'll be right back. Okay, so for the second one, it's the slightly larger A6 version, as you can see, just slightly larger. So I'm going to go ahead and construct this one in exactly the same way that I constructed the other, but because you've seen me do this, 4 times now, I'm just going to put this together, and then when it's done, I'll join you back, ready for the next one. Okay, so the front of that one's pretty much done. Just to flip it open, because there is another little element on that one which says "May your Christmas be merry and lack nothing," which is kind of blunt, I think. But I'm just going to add a little bit of glue just onto the inside with that one. And I'm just going to add that into the middle, just towards the top, just as a kind of little additional sentiment for the inside. Okay, that one's now done. I'll put that to one side and make a start on the final card, which is the angel one. And again, this one is slightly different in as much as if you don't want to use the angel, because I know some people are sometimes they're kind of funny with angels. then I also included a little cherub that you could use instead if you want to. So the options there to do whichever one you want, but I'm going to do the angel version. And I'll just punch out that 1.5 inch circle just before I start. There we go. And I'll put it with the other two. And then once again, I'm just going to get started on the construction of this one in exactly the same way. So I'll do that, and then when I'm done, I'll be right back. Okay, so there are the 3 finished cards. So on the inside you've got that sentiment, and on the inside of the other I just used those additional sentiments just to stick on the inside. Now these are still not 100% dry yet, so they're going to need another couple of hours or so to dry completely, but I just wanted to show you what they look like. Now of course you can go ahead and start adding additional adornments if you want to. If you wanted to add some glitter or a few pearls or gems, then that's entirely up to you. Embellish to taste, as the saying goes. So those are the new 3. I'll just put out the original 3 so you can just see how they fit together in that little set. So nice little set. So there you go. That's those. I'll just push that to one side. And I did say that I was going to explain why you've got that additional 1.5 inch circle. So for this set, I thought I would include an envelope seal. So once the card goes in the envelope, stick it down. You can get a bit of glue or double-sided tape and just stick it down over the envelope. Or even if you want to, you can stick it on the envelope that way. Just another little embellishment to go with your Digis, if you are so inclined, I was going to say. So that's it. That's it from me for today. I hope you enjoyed that second set of Digi Collage Christmas cards. Don't forget, the link to this kit is in the description area below. Thanks for the people who sent in the feedback and the requests for more. Please, don't think that I don't listen. I do listen. So keep that feedback coming. So that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have, please remember to give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you're missing out. But you can click the button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again very soon. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. Thank you.